On this episode of Smooth Encounters, we got a new spoolie boy, a new whiny boy. Let's get into it. Righto, so here we go. Welcome back to Smooth Encounters. This is turbo and alternator install. Not the normal intro we do, but I'm trying some different stuff. So, hope you guys enjoy it. If you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe. Cheers. So there we go, that's the turbo out, well actually aircon, alternator and turbo out. As you see in the title of the video, we're doing a new turbski and a new alternator, new 120 amp hour. So that's the old grimy turbo. I bought this off Marketplace when I first built the car. So it's not even the original turbo for it. The original turbo had that much shaft play in it, wasn't funny. Like this one. Doesn't have shaft play. But doesn't exactly spin freely either. Unlike this one. This one barely even wants to move. So I think that's where my boosting and other issues are. I got sold a dodgy turbo, but I'm not whinging. I picked that one up. This is a brand new GMT from Monroe Racing. I went with this one because it just suits what I want to do. I don't want to be running big boost. I'm not really chasing power out of this thing. I'm just chasing reliability and a bit of fun. Yeah, but I guess that can probably hang around for Pam 60, and she said she can send it off for a rebuild or an exchange rebuild. But yeah, something's not quite right about it. So yeah, it's also a little bit grimy. Like it's done nothing but leak oil since I got it. Actually destroyed that gasket, so oh well. So yeah, we'll get this puppy in. There's nothing I really got to do to it first. The only thing I got to do is clean up my coolant leak, because it's drained. Obviously your 12HTs are oil and water turbos, so they're all cooled from the bottom of the block, which is on your 2H, that is actually block drained. So on your 12HT, let's turn in all. They turn that into the feed for the turbski for the water, and then your out comes through there up into your heater rail. Oil goes from there and feeds back in the bottom of the block. And yeah, quite happy. Where is it? With the little. So of course, because I built this car, I built this exhaust and all. That's the factory dump pipe, and I literally welded the 3-inch to the bottom of it, and I put a big nut, because me being me, I like finding things in the scrap bin. So you know, that's 316 food grade stainless for, I think it's actually for milk trucks is what they're used for. Holds heat, hogs exhaust. So that's just a mini dump pipe, and then the other half of the dump pipe's in there. which goes down to my cross member to a 3-bolt flange and then into the exhaust. So I'll just go along and I'll clean up some of these bits. So So, turbo is in. I've just got to bolt all the, I'll finish bolting up the oil return, which is easier to do from underneath. It's like 3:30 in the arvo, 3:45 in the arvo. This video is in the middle. Obviously there is no bull bar on there yet, and there's an alloy. But I just got a message that they're done, so if you haven't already seen that, go watch Classic Land Cruiser Exhibition, the one in Caboolture. That should drop before this one, so it should be the last vid. Go check that out to see the bull bar and the new sliders. I literally just got the message then that they're done in Aztec silver, I think. I got them done in to match the tray. So yeah. Trying to get this on before the meet. I don't want to postpone the meets video, so the meet video will drop before this one. So it's a pain in the ass, but it's what you do for content. So I'll keep sweating my butt out and get this turbo on. I'm fairly sure that gap is all sealed up. I hope that gap is all sealed up. Looks like it's all sealed up. So once this turbo is mostly sealed on and the alternator is on. Yeah, so the issue with putting aftermarket alternators on these is there was like 5 or 8 mil from factory clearance between your turbo inlet pipe and your alternator. As soon as you go aftermarket, they start rubbing. So I want to get the turbs key on fully before I even touch the alternator. Of course, I can fight with the alternator to get it on, because it pushes on this hose right here. One of these is the turbo in, I'd say, I don't know which way it sits. I think it sits that way, but might sit that way. It is definitely, that turbo is definitely leaking some oil. I'm hoping the turbo is the issue with the oil, not the actual blow by of the motor. Again, it's a brand new motor, so this letting oil out the front seal can be the only thing that I hope it is, but we will see. But so there we go. I actually kept going. So I got the alternator in. Turbo is completely done up, apart from that pipe obviously, and the exhaust, which is still sitting on top of PM60. Also got to put the AC back in. Quite lucky that I haven't plumbed up the AC because I kind of want to turn it into an endless air. Just haven't had time and priorities. Priorities not doing this. So yeah. Wow, here we go, day number 2. So I ended up going to about 5:30, 6 o'clock last night. Got turn me lane torch on here. Turbo's in. I spent a bit. Had one oil leak, so I had to pull the oil drain and feed back off. And it turned out the gasket had gone missing. I don't even know where that gasket went, but luckily I have an overhaul kit from Toyota, so a genuine gasket kit hanging around. So I just stole the genuine gaskets out of it. Again, because this motor was rebuilt 19,000 kilometers ago with all genuine gaskets. So I try and keep genuine gaskets in it because genuine gaskets, well, they're made by Toyota. They've all got the ribs and stuff from Toyota, so you know they done the R&D, so I'm gonna use their stuff. I got the big 120 amp hour alternator in here, so all I had to do on that was bend the oil return for the vacuum pump. I just had to bend that down slightly to get it out of the turbo intake as much. If you've got cruisers, if you got 2H and 12HTs, you know the vacuum pump on the back of the alternator, as soon as you go off the market, they start touching the rubber hose and rubber joiner here, and that shiny little vacuum pump like getting very friendly and up close. So, but no other leaks. I'll throw the gaskets on the dump pipe, and I'll put the dump pipe on also, and then I might put the intake on first. So day 2, let's just get it done. I've got stuff to pick up with the ute today, so I kind of need her. Gave it a couple runs yesterday, just check for oil leaks. Then I filled up the cooling system, and that spent all night settling, so I'll top that off today. And yeah, hopefully I'll be driving this thing by lunchtime. 8:30 now, see how we go. Should have it in easily by 10. All I've got to do is just put it back together, and that won't take long. So yeah, let's get into it. So now that is all back together. I did start it 3 times yesterday. Once that turned off because we had an oil leak. Then twice because I had a water leak, which was just not being in, done up. Just hook the batteries back up and we will make sure it starts. stand come here, past the wind noise, you can hear that alternator spinning.
Yeah.
It really don't sound like that. The vacuum pump. The only thing I've got left to do is put wherever it went, the annoying little hose on to go from my vacuum pump to my wire piece that goes to my clutch and my brake boosters. Well, right now we just want to make sure it's got no leaks. You let it idle for a bit. It'll also let the radiator fill the system up with water coolant. You always spill coolant, so I will have to top it off, but luckily I run more glycol than needed, so it is possible for me to top it up with the mineralized water, not tap water. So I've got a drum of that here somewhere from when I built the truck. Heat gauge back in, and then it'll stop the puff and feel of exhaust fumes from the engine there. Now grab our trusty nut buckle and fill it up. That's where it's meant to sound. Well, there's no oil coming out of anything. Love the 12 HT shut off. So, but yes, check for oil leaks, and there isn't any. There's no coolant leaks I can see. The hose on the back side of the turbo goes up to your heater rail isn't leaking. That's normally one for leaking, because it's dealing with a lot of the exhaust manifold heat, because it is under the pipe, under your exhaust log. So you just give her all a good look around. Yeah. I guess we will move the partner's collie out of the way. Actually, I won't put yours on the ramp because mine's going to go on the ramp.
Yeah.
Yeah, exhaust is done back up, so I'm legal. The only thing I'll do is I'll throw my hose back on here to run my vacuum. I've also got to put the hose back on the bottom of the intake. And yeah, if you haven't already, like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the video. So this is swapping out my turbo for a brand new one and a brand new 120 amp alternator. Cheers.